Okay, so this is the first time I got to do an episode in a theater. And I'm not going to film the whole episode in the theater, but I just bought my ticket. And I'm going to watch the brand new, soon to be classic, The Boy and the Heron. And you know why? 'Cause I don't know jack squat about anime. But I'm gonna learn with all of my friends. Will you be here when my quest ends? I don't know if this is the subtitled or the dubbed version. How's that? Well, the good news is that it was the dubbed version, so that's easier. I didn't have to read subtitles. Now on to the bad news. So this movie is about 12-year-old mojito, which is something I should have drank a few of before watching this movie. Anyway, 12-year-old mojito, his father travels a lot for work. The movie takes place during World War II, and he works at a factory that makes ammunitions for the planes and whatnot. Mojito's mother died in a hospital fire, and now his father is with his dead wife's sister, and she's pregnant with his child. Okay, that's how it starts. And like a lot of Miyazaki movies, the beginning of the movie is a kid kind of going to a new place because of a family. There's a few of the movies I've reviewed on this channel that have to do with maybe that happened to Miyazaki in his life. I don't know, but he does use that a lot in his movies. He's going to this new place with a new stepmother that used to be his aunt, and he goes into this new house, and there's all these maids that are old ladies with I forget which movie it was, but the Miyazaki likes to draw these old ladies with these big noses and exaggerated features. There's a bunch of them that are taking care of this house where his aunt mom lives. As a scene at the beginning, she bought cans of tuna for them to cook and everything like that, and they go crazy over the tuna, and it made me think that all these ladies were going to turn into cats later in the movie. That would have made more sense than what did happen in the movie, but that's not what happened. So Mojito starts exploring the woods around his new home. That's another common theme in Miyazaki movies, and he finds a tower that his great grand uncle had built. Oh, and even before he goes in the tower, the movie is called The Boy and the Heron. Heron is the bird. So this bird, you keep seeing this bird at his window, and the bird has teeth, and it's talking to him. At one point, the pieces of the bird, it's obviously this humanoid character underneath the bird, but then when he puts on the costume, he turns into a real bird. A lot of really trippy imagery in this thing. The bird's got teeth, and then the head falls off, and there's a bald man underneath with a big nose like the ladies I was talking about. And later in the movie, he goes in there, and it's a bunch of weird things happen, and time makes no sense, and there's people that are younger versions of the other people he meets. If it sounds like the way I'm describing it, if it sounds like it doesn't make any sense, then I'm doing the movie justice. This movie makes absolutely no sense. It was like Miyazaki was smoking something to take care of his glaucoma while watching Loki season 2, because there's a lot of it's not necessarily multiverses, but just time means that. And then he meets his the great granduncle that built this thing, and he wants Mojito to take over for him, stacking these blocks. Because if he doesn't keep stacking the blocks, this tower will fall. And I'm not sure why that's important, because nothing is explained in this movie. But a lot of stellar animation, like with all the weird stuff. There's one of the threats in the movie is these parakeets. There's some very cool drawn parakeets that are basically like stormtroopers. I mean, they're basically henchmen for the villain in this movie. It's very confusing. And at the end, okay, so he meets the uncle that built the tower, and then you're confused. Most of the movies I reviewed on this page were Miyazaki movies from Studio Ghibli. And I know Miyazaki's in his 80s now, and this movie was delayed by COVID-19, restrictions. So maybe that's why a lot of the greats do come out of retirement. from time to time. That's what Miyazaki did. Michael Jordan, came out of retirement at one point. The first Ghibli Miyazaki movie I've ever been disappointed by. The animation is stellar as always, and I'm going to give this movie two parakeets, two parakeet henchmen out of five. 2 out of 5. It was cool seeing this in the theater just because visually it was very interesting, and I've only when I started this channel I was just watching them off streaming. Yeah, I had no clue what was happening. I keep asking you to recommend animes that aren't that great because I've liked everything that's been suggested to me. So here's my first negative review on this channel. So anyway, feel free to, if you enjoy this content, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment anything else you'd like me to review, and that includes series. I might branch out into series, so movies or series. And as always, this video is sponsored by Turtle Rocket Books, top shelf quirky sci-fi in a literary sci-fi multiverse. Want to see some weird stuff?
1, 2, 3, 4.